Nothing is as pleasurable and as enjoyable as the experience of love with your partner, your parents, having a child, whatever it may be. That's ultimately what humanity is here to connect with, the experience of bonding with humans. When you're in that world of burnout, it's very likely that you've become slightly overly focused on dopamine, whether that's in the pursuit of pleasure through burning out, through partying and having fun, or if it's from a work perspective, you've probably got a little bit too focused on your financial win and your career progression and so on. That's then leading you towards dopamine burnout effectively, which many of us experience. With that in mind, and I experience this myself, like you, like I have a striving desire within my career to make progress and help and so on. I really, in your mind, would be asking yourself, how much oxytocin am I getting and is it balancing out the dopamine? And with that, that means how good is the connection that I'm experiencing in my life right now? Like, am I making time to FaceTime and call my mum and dad and ask how their lives are going and sit for a whole conversation and just ask questions and not say loads about you and what's going on in your life and how amazing you are in your career, but just simply ask them, how are you doing? That might be connecting with your children more, your partner more, but fundamentally you see that if we get more oxytocin, it moves our mind towards that close connection that a human so deeply needs. And currently we're all in dopamine, dating apps, DMs, all that world. We need to move towards more intimate connection with the people that are really close to us, our family and our friends and our kids and our partners.
What do you think that's actually going to take, TJ? Like when you really think about that, it feels like we're so far gone from that. Now, what's that actually going to take for us to really value connection for what we know it can do?
I think ultimately society needs a massive shift on the phone. I think people really need to start reconsidering this phone. I think when you look at the quality of the connection you have with your family, you go around to your parents' house to see them or you go to see your friends. And if you really start observing from the moment you've listened to this podcast, how much is that phone actually disrupting the experience I have with these people that I love? It's very significant. And I think families and partners and kids need to adopt the mentality of considering this is phone free time. I walk through my parents' door. I actually now have found that I have to leave my phone at home when I go to my parents' house simply because I'll talk to them for a bit and then I'll be going to the bathroom. Then it's like phone out, okay, Instagram, email, WhatsApp, and then my mind leaves oxytocin and returns to dopamine desire. It's so important to have these prolonged dopamine detoxes where oxytocin is the primary goal and the phone is the primary thing disrupting that. If we can start becoming comfortable with the idea of, wow, I'm going to spend 2 hours off my phone. I'm going to spend an hour off my phone. And my only goal is going to be to listen to these people, to look them in the eye, to ask them good questions and to give them love. I think that fundamentally is going to shift the way society operates.